number you have dialed has been changed. The new number is...
Hi, and welcome to Studio Time with Zach. My name is Zachary Rutter, and on the easel today we have something fun for our good friends at Studio E Salon. We thought, in fun spirit, why don't we cut my hair? This isn't the first quarantine haircut we've had at Studio Friendship. Let's get to work.
So before we can move on to today's lesson, which involves 1 point perspective, you know your boy had to get a haircut.
I bet you guys didn't know my fiance cuts my hair. Good? All done?
I think that looks good.
Does it look pretty? Now that my hair looks like a masterpiece, it's time to paint one. Today's comic books for the comic book grid system aren't comic books at all. They're actually pages from In Style magazine. That's right, all my beautiful friends at Studio E Salon was nice enough to give us some magazines to work with, and today we're going to be collaging with those. Flawless coverage. That's what you want when you're using the comic book grid system, so that you know exactly where to transfer your images. I think we've got a perfume sample.
That smells amazing.
I hope I smell this pretty all day.
Now if you've been here before, you know that the background is actually used as a grid to transfer the image onto the canvas surface. So it's very important that you find very busy pages that have a lot of details that you can line up with your drawing.
We got this background looking nice. I'd say sexy even.
Sexy even? Who the hell does this guy think he is with his tucked in shirt? Shut your ass up.
And get back to work.
Creamy, cheesy, goodness. Background's ready to go, time to sketch out the image. I love just sitting here with my big giant windows, enjoying a nice cup of coffee, and sketching away. Before we can sketch, one thing that I like to do when I make art is use my own reference photos. So let's go take some photos, guys.
If you guys have not been to Studio E Salon yet, you gotta get your ass to Studio E Salon. These girls kill it. I have so many people in my life that go here that love their spot. My sister, my fiance, family, friends. Check out Studio E Salon. Get your hair done by them. They're phenomenal.
Well, that was fun. It's time to draw.
So once again, I'm using Procreate to design the sketch for today's painting. One thing that I love about this app is how user-friendly it is. You can see I drew outside the lines there and was very easily able to adjust it and make it fit into the space that I needed it in. You'll see me do another correction here. So simple, so smooth. I'm absolutely in love with Procreate. Let's get back to today's lesson. We're focusing on 1 point perspective. You can see there's a lot of line work, which I'll talk about a little bit more once we start painting.
Got the sketch finished. If you guys watch the show, you know what's next.
Skeleton outline.
Let's get it. Before we start the skeleton outline, the reason the comic book grid system works is because what I go ahead and do is I take that digital image that we designed on Procreate and I take a photo of our background. But there's our base layer of the In Style magazine pages, not comic books today. And then I go ahead and upload it onto there. You can adjust the opacity. I'm doing this sideways because my lock is on, but you can see full image. Take it as far down until you can see everything going on underneath. Let's start outlining.
Not gonna lie, I really enjoyed this comic book background today. I'm typically used to looking at soldiers and war and violence, and staring at all these pretty faces was a good change. You might see a couple more paintings like this coming soon.
As you can see, the image today is a lot of buildings, and one thing that's very important when you're painting buildings is to consider perspective. The technique that I use to make this image is a 1 point perspective. I'll go ahead and throw an example of 1 point perspective up right about here, and it's very important to consider when working with perspectives that everything has to be aligned and similar. So you can see this curve here lines up with this curve here. This curve here lines up with this curve here. Everything is trying to get to the point which is
Off of the canvas.
You can't see the point, but it's imaginary, so you pretend it's there. That being said, let's start coloring this bad boy.
Coloring this in just makes me feel like a kid coloring a coloring book again, and it just brings a smile to my face every single time.
Oh yeah, boy. Phthalo, baby.
Phthalo Blue is easily my favorite color. I use it as the sky on every painting I've ever done. If you've never heard of it, it's a beautiful shade of blue. It was developed in 1935 and is made of copper thiocyanide. And yes, I did just read all of that off of a Google search. What are you gonna do about it, you know? Now you guys learned a little bit more about my favorite color, blue, so you're welcome. Getting back to the painting, this part is always a hot mess. Just look at all these giant globs of paint everywhere. It doesn't even look like a painting just yet. That's okay. This is when you just have to meditate and hope everything works out in the end.
What would a Zach Rutter painting be without a star heart? Boom. We got the base colors down. Now it's time for the fun stuff. You know what it is, the outline. Let's get it. I'm excited. This painting is coming together so quick. Let's keep on working.
You guys can see that I typically draw the outline with chalk first. I'm not perfect, no one is, so I like to have a little guide before I actually start painting. Most people would use a ruler or some type of straight edge, but I absolutely love the little wiggly lines that come when you freehand stuff. It makes me feel like I'm doodling in my notebook in school again, and yeah, I just love that feeling.
Got this giant ass pimple on my face, but at least the painting looks good.
My friends wonder what is wrong with me. I'm in a daze from your love.
That was a lot of line work. One thing that I thought about the entire time that I did each and every one of those lines was that vanishing line, that 1 point perspective that we talked about earlier, making sure that each line is parallel to the one above it and all heading towards that vanishing point. Always remember.
They may never find what they dream of, but you won't do for love. You have tried everything, but you don't give up.
We're at the tail end of this piece. All we've got left is the beautiful ladies that work there. They're gonna have a nice little cameo right inside the window. All the other details are just about done. Let's finish this up strong.
So much little detail is in this painting that it's really exciting, honestly. The two figures in the window, easily the tiniest I've ever painted faces. I struggled getting her likeness right for so long. Even off camera, I had to stop filming because I was just like, wow, this is difficult. So I'm glad that it finally came together. And if you guys think I did a good job, let me know in the comments below.
Do for you what you want to.
As always, the final part of any painting, the signature.
You have tried everything, but you don't give up. In my world, only you.
And there you have it. Another painting for Studio Time with Zach in the books. If you had fun, if you enjoyed yourself, if you learned a thing or two, please like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode of Studio Time with Zach.
Ah, yes, the close-ups, the end of the video. Please let me know if you guys see any of the fun details I hid in this painting. A lot of unique things that are on Murray Avenue that I kind of spread love army-ified, if that's even a word, but check it out. Look at these details. I'm so excited, and I thank you guys for sticking around this long to check out the final painting.
Was over just yet, did you? This is Zachary Rutter, thanking you guys for watching first and foremost, and asking you to check out my website. We just added a new monthly feature, the Print of the Month Club, so check it out. What this is a monthly subscription that offers a surprise print at the beginning of every month. It's 10% off the original price of any other prints, and hey, if you don't want to do a monthly subscription, check out all the other prints that I have. Tons of cool stuff. You're support means the world to me. So thanks for watching. Tune in next week for all the fun we have in studio time with Zach. I'm off to do a mural. Toodaloo.